wished you could get a second chance on something? Maybe it's your skin, like me. A few years ago when I was struggling with hormone aging, speedy hormone aging, that left me looking, according to my children, older than my mom. But have you ever wished that you could redo some of your decisions when you were younger, or maybe find the root cause to some of the issues that are causing symptoms like the crusty skin and the super aging, the chin hair, the thinning hair, bloating and the belly fat, lack of energy, fatigue and brain fog? All these are caused by hormone imbalances, something I talk about on this channel. But today is a good day for you, because I'm going to show you not how to get a spare part for your skin necessarily, but how to use your building blocks as a human being built from the dust to rejuvenate, refresh, and renew the body you do have. Yes, you can fight back some of those aging effects. You can fight back your hormone imbalances. And I encourage you to do that from the inside out. This is not about looking 20 again, but this is about taking the fine wine that you are and repackaging it in a body, in a skin that you love and will feel confident in. So today we're going to use ingredients that are going to supercharge your collagen production. If you haven't watched last week's video, step 1 on this skin regimen, how to renew and revitalize your skin, you need to watch that video. But I'll just give you a hint. It's a scrub. Today's video is going to feed your skin the ingredients it needs to form your collagen, so you can get that supple but firm, juicy, glowing skin again. We are going to use a couple of secret ingredients. One of them is going to be my all-time favorite, calendula. And this flower is going to be infused even in our mask. We're going to be making a clay mask today because we're made from dirt, and dirt don't hurt. I'm going to scoop out a couple of tablespoons of clay. Now the clay I'm using today is Indian healing clay. Listen, girl, use the clay you can find. Here we go. Tablespoon number 1, tablespoon number 2, and here is tablespoon number 3. So the reason we are going to be using clay to feed our skin is because clay is something that is very, very rich in minerals. Something that we don't tend to find a lot in our face and skincare products. And clay also has the ability to help us detox. So right after we do our scrub, this clay is going to go onto those open pores and onto that skin that we apply that light abrasion to, and it's going to directly deliver collagen support through the minerals that it has within it. But we're going to supercharge our clay, because we could just put water in it and apply it to our face, which I do encourage you to do if you don't have the ingredients we're going to talk about today, and they're going to come later for you. But today I'm going to show you how to take this, make it hydrating, make it super nutrient rich, and make it feed your skin and leave it feeling supple. Have you ever done a clay mask and left your skin feeling a bit dry and like you're like, nope, not this one. As part of the recipe, we are going to need a blender. Grab a blender, and this is what you're gonna do. Get some leaves, any kinds of greens you have. These are from my garden, and these I believe are collards, okay? So that's what I'm gonna use today. I'm gonna strip it off its stem, as much as I can get off its stem. We're just gonna dump it in there. And of course, I'm going to dump some of these petals from these flowers, from the calendula flower. Again, keeping it super, super doable, super simple. I'm not using my oils today. You know, in the previous video, some people thought I just scammed them. Like I was like, come use calendula, and then I did it. But what I did is I first showed you the simple recipe up front, and then showed you the calendula recipe at the back end. And I don't think they got that far. And they're like, oh, I feel deceived. Nah, girl. That's not how we do, okay? I'm gonna show you everything. So if those women are watching today, listen girl, I started with the complicated one up front. So you get all the juice right up front. But I don't want you to feel like you can't do it because you don't have this and that ingredient. And that's the trouble sometimes if you don't show people the simple way to do it. All right, to this we're gonna add about a half cup of water just to get the blending going. Then we're gonna add some aloe vera. So this aloe vera is also from my house. I just have some aloe vera plants laying around because aloe vera is so incredible, not just for your skin and nutrition, but aloe vera is such a calming herb when it comes to skin burns. I'm not even gonna cut it and peel it and all that complicated stuff. I'm going to squeeze it out. My piece of aloe vera has been sitting in some water, and look at this. I'm squeezing out the goodness out of this aloe vera so that it can end up on my skin. It's a pretty simple process, keeping it grassroots. Listen, ladies, you know I'm all about helping you transform your life from the inside out. And yes, this remedy, this natural solution is going to help you feed your skin directly. But my calling is not necessarily for the external appearances, even though that's part of the journey. That comes naturally when you fix what's inside. So you know we're fixing up all this green juice and all this for our skin. How awesome would it be if you occasionally drank some green juice? Greens are incredible for us. Not only does the Bible tell us that God gave them to us for the healing of the nations. Girl, yes. I mean, it has so many nutrients. They have vitamins and minerals. And here's the thing, the composition of greens plasma, their juices inside them is very similar to our blood composition. And chlorophyll, the thing that makes leaves green and the green juice green, is very similar to our blood, red blood cell. But here's the only difference. Our blood is red because in the middle it has iron in the middle, versus chlorophyll, which is green because it has magnesium in the middle. Greens are a powerhouse for you to take internally, and you can also use them to benefit your skin externally. When I make my products, of course, I can't ship them, you know, fresh with green juices. So I use green juice powders, high quality green juice powders, and I use vera powder and different types of clay to get just the right consistency, just the right mildness, and plus dried herb powders that also give you all that value, but in a product that you can keep on your shelf. So if you want a recipe you can use with the dried version for your shelf that you can just, you know, grab every day and you don't have to do this process every day, comment below, dirt don't hurt. Just type in dirt don't hurt in the comments and I will sure to respond and send you the recipe. Okay, I have this recipe as well as the dried version recipe so that you can have both. Okay, don't hurt. Drop it in the comments below. Last but not least, we are adding a humectant. A humectant is something that draws moisture to itself, like honey. So it's going to keep you moisturized. It's going to make your skin supple. Honey is also an antimicrobial, especially raw honey. Now you can level this up and use healing honeys like Manuka honey, but I would suggest that you use what you have in your pantry. Do the best with what you have. Now it's time to blend all this together and I'm going to show you what we're going to do. All right, I have it all blended up and I'm going to show you a bonus tip at the end to seal all that in with something they call nature's BOTOX. Now we've got our clay and we have our green juice. Do you see how green that is? And it's just blended. So we're gonna need a sieve of some sort. You can use a milk bag, you can use whatever, but I'm basic. I'm just using one of these, and I'm going to pour just a little bit because I wanted to have, you know, when we were little and we used to make mud cakes, that's the consistency I'm going for here. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of that green juice, which has the aloe vera, the honey, the calendula, and we're just gonna mix it into our clay until we have this beautiful thick paste. The clay is actually going to have a hint of green. Let me show it to you up close. Look at that. It's still clumpy, so I'm still working on it. But do you see that? Look at that beautiful stuff. It's got everything for your hydration. It's got all the elements that are similar to your blood composition. So it has the very stuff we're made from. Look at that. But I'm jumping ahead of myself. What's best is to do the scrub first and then put the clay on. So I'm gonna do that. I want you to end up with the product and we do it together so that you can start to see a difference in your life. As someone who's been there, I'm like, girl, I hear you. And I'm sorry this had to happen to you. If you want to get down to the root cause, to the bottom of your hormone imbalance symptoms, please get to the description in this video and sign up for a free masterclass where I show women like you what's causing your hormone imbalances. It's like we are in a minefield. Did you ever play that game? Ha! Mine, what was it called? Mine something. Yeah, our days are like minefields sometimes, and it's almost like we're set up, honestly. But you know, I'm not conspiracying here. I'm just saying it just seems like it may be a little bit intentional. That's all. Disruptors are everywhere. They're triggering our hormones to go out of whack so that we have this dependency, you know, on the system for different things. And if a woman's hormones come into harmony, into this beautiful dance that they do, many symptoms disappear, including symptoms related to blood sugar like prediabetes, diabetes, PCOS, insulin resistance. Insulin is one of your biggest hormones, and nobody tells you that. Nobody tells you, girl, it's a hormone imbalance, and you can just fix it. You can just fix it. Nobody tells you your hair thinning is a hormone imbalance. Nobody tells you that the weight that does not want to come off your body is sticking onto your body because your hormones are telling it to. So again, all the way from the inside out, right? Hopefully your mask is starting to take shape like mine. It's getting nice and creamy. It's almost ready. But let's cheer each other on in this health journey. You know, I love when people share comments. Comments are like my love language. I love when people share comments about their journey, and it encourages anyone who passes by that comment, you know, where they're like, yeah, you know, I tried this and it really worked for me. Or, you know, I was given this diagnosis, but I made these changes here in my lifestyle and it really worked for me. Because the truth is, it doesn't matter what genes you were handed. It doesn't matter whether you like or know anything about being healthy or not. You can do this. And I show you how in the masterclass without extreme exercises, without crazy fad diets, without any of these toxic shortcuts. That's for sure. These things are killing women. It should be illegal. I'm just saying. And some of the medications they give us for our hormone imbalances, like the pill, are you kidding me right now? Oosa, oosa. Let's finish our facial treatment. All right, my cream looks ready. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to go do a scrub, come back, and do this application so you can see what it's like. And after that, I'm going to show you that bonus Nature's BOTOX, how you can just apply it to you and go about your day or your night. I really prefer that you do this in the evening because your skin will have all the time it needs to absorb this. I'm going to answer any questions you might have about this while I apply it. Okay, I'll be right back. Bye. Back, and my face has been freshly scrubbed. If you did not get to watch last week's video, no issues. You can do that right after this, or if you comment "dirt don't hurt" in the comments, I can go ahead and send you last week's recipes as well. We're just gonna take the clay, not a science, and apply it on your face. I know there are people out there who have patterns that you should apply your clay mask and this and that and the other. You know, that's great. But you know what you can do also? You can be someone who's like, I'd rather get it done. I'm one of those people because I have things to do. There's going to be a lot of gurus in the comments telling you that you shouldn't apply clay masks if your skin is like this, and the oilies, and put it in your T-zones and all this kind of stuff. Girl, I'm just telling you, the source of your information can sometimes be the source of your inflammation. So, commonly asked questions: how often to apply a clay mask? I say maybe once or twice a week, but listen to your skin, okay? Some people have seen that after applying a clay mask, they find that they have all these eruptions. It's not an accident. Clay has detoxifying properties, so it pulls out the junk as well. If there's stuff going on under your skin, under the surface, this is a good season to start dealing with those issues that are underlying. Your skin is like a billboard. Really, all your symptoms are billboards. They're telling you something is wrong. And unfortunately, a lot of us have gone from pharmaceuticals that put a band-aid on our symptoms and tell our body to just be quiet, right? You have a headache, you take a pill, an aspirin. Well, the headache is gone, but the problem isn't. And then we jumped over to nutraceuticals where we're like, okay, is there an herb that can take my headache away? Yes. I've been doing this for 9 years. I can tell you herbs that'll take away any symptom that you want to take away. But why? Get to the root cause. Listen to what your body is saying. And sometimes, yes, it's important to take away the symptom, which is why herbs are awesome. You can take away the symptom while dealing with the root cause, so that you are paying attention to what your body is saying and you're helping it. Did you notice that my mask is not drying super fast? Guys, I'm not in front of a mirror, okay? So if this is looking wonky, just forgive me. You don't want your mask to dry, okay? You don't want it to dry all the way. What you want it to do is to start getting dry. And mine is getting there now because I'm starting to feel the tightness. The reason I don't want it to dry out completely is because sometimes that works against you. Mine is drying slowly, again, because we put aloe vera, we put honey, and I just did that face scrub. So I had some of that good oil on my skin, and it gave it a barrier to do it slowly and gently. And I probably look super crazy right now. Another commonly asked question is, can I use any kinds of greens? Unless you know you have allergies, use greens that you have on hand and that you can just incorporate just like we did here. Super basic, using garden greens. Question, can you add other herbs and flowers to this? Absolutely. Keeping it simple with this recipe, but you can add lavender and chamomile and rose hips, high in vitamin C, but we put greens in here, also high in vitamin C. So it's going to have that firming, but it's also going to have that brightening, like that luster, you know, not like brightening, like change your complexion type thing, no. But it's gonna give you that like, ooh, you just look radiant. Yep, thank you, you know, that kind of brightening. Another question is, can you store this clay that is already mixed? I don't recommend it because we put fresh ingredients in it. That means it is gonna start like attracting things and growing mold. If you find that you have a big batch, girl, your neck is calling, your chest is calling. Do a whole body mask. That's really easy to do at night when the kids are sleeping. After your shower, you just mask yourself and you just have your underwear on, or, you know, whatever. I need to rinse mine off, and I will be back to show you the results of the scrub plus this mask. And when we're done, we're gonna seal it in with nature's BOTOX. Here we go. I totally drenched myself when I was rinsing my face, and then I thought, should I just change or just let it be real life? And I was like, you know what? Real life. Real life wins. So now that we're done, I wish you could see and feel my skin right now. It is, it just feels so good. That's another thing about doing these treatments. The way you feel internally about what's happening externally is so motivating. You know, it just gives you that spark, and it's that self-care moment that you need every day before you go to sleep. You don't have to do the mask every day, but you can do something. And we're gonna have 2 more steps in next week's video and the next week that'll seal off this skincare routine. Castor oil is nature's BOTOX. So why are we applying castor oil? Well, castor oil has been used for centuries for skin care, for skin love, skin nutrition. Castor oil is not just a great nature's BOTOX. It helps, makes your skin supple, firm. I know women who didn't use anything on their skin except for castor oil for 6 months, for a year, and completely changed their skin. And it's a really good remedy for other things. Cleanses, you've probably heard of the liver detox, and people put it on their thyroid. It's one of the oils that can penetrate your body, your skin, the deepest, which is why I encourage you to get organic, hexane free, you know, cold processed, because everything I make to put in people's skin, my children's skin, has to be edible. And I encourage you to take that approach. If you're reading your lotion bottle and it's not edible, girl, throw that thing out. Go to your kitchen and grab the coconut oil, you know, for today, until you make a body butter or you get something natural, because your skin eats. And because you have all this skin, there's so much surface area to eat. Everything you put on your skin is affecting your health. So castor oil can penetrate our skin. It can break up fibroids. It can break up bone spurs. Castor oil, seriously, nature's BOTOX. So go ahead, and I know I said it's super at the end, so somebody's gonna be like, she didn't talk about nature's BOTOX. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I want you to get a close-up of my skin. This is my skin now. I did the scrub, I did the mask, and now I've put castor oil. That's it. And this is someone who used to look super old, wrinkly, just dry, thin, sagging skin. And I decided that I wasn't gonna do that no more. And I'm showing you how you can do that as well. All right, to get to the bottom of your hormone imbalances though, sign up for the masterclass. It should cost you something, if I'm just being honest, but right now it's not costing you anything. The reason I really wanted to cost people stuff is so they take it seriously, because free information, you know, free flyers, we just toss it out. But this is really valuable, life-changing information that will bring about your transformation. That's it for today. I'm all up in your face right now in my camera. And I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you in the next video. Bye.